They were perfect, the favorite, the chosen one, the child who could do no wrong. Everyone thought they had it made. But here's what no one saw. Perfection isn't a gift, it's a cage. In the next 7 minutes, you'll understand why being the golden child is a trap, what happens when your worth depends on being flawless, and why the favorite child often becomes the most broken adult. If you were raised on a pedestal, this is going to sting. Have you ever met someone who seems to have it all but falls apart the moment they're not winning? That's the golden child. Not spoiled in the way you think. Spoiled by pressure, by expectation, by the impossible weight of being perfect. They were the star athlete, the straight-A student, the pride of the family. Their achievements were celebrated, but their struggles, ignored. Their fears, dismissed. Because golden children aren't allowed to be human. They're trophies, and trophies don't crack. This is called golden child syndrome, and it's one of the most misunderstood forms of emotional abuse. Because from the outside, it looks like love, but it's not love, it's conditional acceptance. You're valued for what you do, not who you are. And that distinction destroys people. The golden child learns early. I am only lovable when I'm winning. I am only worthy when I'm achieving. I am only safe when I'm perfect. So they perform. They excel. They never stop. Not because they want to, but because they're terrified of what happens if they don't. And here's where it gets dark. The golden child becomes the family's emotional support system. They carry the parents' unfulfilled dreams. They exist to make the family look good. Their success isn't theirs, it's the parents' validation. So when the golden child fails, it's not just personal, it's betrayal. And the family doesn't know how to handle a trophy that's broken. So they ignore it, minimize it, pressure them to get back on track. The message is clear. Your pain doesn't matter. Your performance does. Now fast forward to adulthood, the golden child becomes the person who can't handle failure at all. Because failure was never allowed, they panic at the smallest mistake. Because mistakes meant losing love. They're addicted to achievement. Not because they love success, but because they fear being ordinary. They have imposter syndrome on steroids. Because deep down, they know the praise was never about them. It was about the role they played. They struggle with relationships because they never learned to be loved for who they are, only for what they provide. They're perfectionists who hate themselves. Because perfection is exhausting, and they've been running their whole lives. And here's the cruelest part. The golden child often becomes the least successful adult. Why? Because when your worth is tied to being the best, anything less feels like death. So they avoid risks, they self-sabotage, they freeze. Because trying and failing is worse than never trying at all. Meanwhile, the problem child, the scapegoat, often thrives. Because they were never burdened with perfection. They were allowed to fail, to struggle, to be human. And that gave them resilience the golden child never developed. This is the paradox of the golden child. The favorite becomes the most fragile. The one who had it all becomes the one who can't hold it together. But here's what people don't understand. The golden child wasn't loved more. They were used more. Their parents didn't see a child. They saw an extension of themselves, a project, a reflection, a second chance. And when you're raised as someone's redemption story, you never get to be yourself. You become a performance, and performances don't have feelings. So if you were the golden child, you need to hear this. You were not the favorite. You were the most burdened. You were not spoiled with love. You were starved of it and given praise instead. And praise is not love. Praise is transactional. Love is unconditional. You never got the second one. So here's what you're going to do. Close your eyes. Think of one thing you've been avoiding because you're afraid you won't be perfect at it. Now ask yourself, what if I did it badly? What if I failed? What if I was just mediocre? Sit with that discomfort, because that fear, that's not yours. It's the voice of a parent who needed you to succeed so they could feel whole. But you're not responsible for their worth. And you don't have to be perfect to deserve love. The golden child grows up thinking, I am valuable because I achieve. I am safe because I perform. I am loved because I win. But none of that was ever true. You were valuable the moment you were born. You are safe when you're yourself, not when you're flawless. And love that depends on performance isn't love. It's a contract. So here's your permission. You can stop being perfect. You can try things and fail. You can be average at something and still be worthy. You can rest without guilt. You can exist without producing. This week, do one thing imperfectly. Send an email with a typo and don't correct it. Try a hobby you're bad at. Say I don't know without apologizing. Let someone see you struggle. It will feel like falling. But it's not falling. It's landing. Because for the first time, you're choosing to be human instead of perfect. And being human is where real connection lives. If you were the golden child, comment, I'm done performing. If you know someone who's still carrying the weight of being perfect, share this. Sometimes, the hardest prison to escape is the one made of praise.